Hello and thanks for tuning into Stampscaping 101. Another design video here just to show what I've been working on. Boy, over the past probably 2 weeks or so, just in my spare time, I've been working on these kind of a tree trunks 2.0 type of thing. Just giving a different look to some tree trunks. I want to create something where kind of the trunks are something that would be real conducive to kind of a moss-covered grove of trees, where kind of, the lower sections are mostly the trunks here, where, the upper sections might be covered in a little bit more foliage by the, I don't know, kind of the canopy area of the trees. But anyways, still working on some design details of something like this. When I kind of first lay this out, it's really linear, and then you start going into it. This is a Rotring Rapidograph 0.30 pen right here. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a little bit of a varied field in terms of the thicks and thins, in terms of the line weight of the various sections in here. You don't want it to be so repetitive, from, one part of the trunk to the next. So kind of creating some shadows in here. And what that does is it creates a little bit more of a kind of a visual variation, a varied surface. And that kind of establishes somewhat of a light and shade theme within the scene, kind of ahead of time. What I mean by that is just making the impressions themselves will kind of establish a little bit of a, your light and shade within a scene without having to go into the trees and do a lot of that work afterwards in the form of shading. So I don't know, working at a lot of kind of branch things. Some of these branches seem a little bit too cluttered, so I'm trying to create some space in between, like these two right here, a little bit close. So if I just kind of add in some shading in between, what that does is it says that that branch is kind of, coming out of that trunk a little bit farther away than it did just, whatever, 5 seconds ago. So, still working on some design elements in terms of the bottom portions. The bottom portions, and the areas that one stamp transitions into the next stamp is really critical in terms of scenic stamping. So we want these bottom portions to blend in with the surrounding areas, which would be the bottom, part down here. And then with rubber stamps, if you take one stamp and stamp it again multiple times, you want, say, that portion right there to blend in with this portion right over here, because you're going to do that. And you're going to stamp it again over here, creating, more complete field of trees if, your paper is longer. Now, these stamps right here, these little squares right here represent 1 inch, so this is almost 10 inches right here in terms of the design. It'll eventually be probably half that much in a 5-inch stamp. So that being said, I'm trying to make the outside edges of each of these tree trunks fairly thick, because it's going to be reduced down to half the size. And also, we don't want to have to do a lot of careful masking when it comes to stamping, so making the edges kind of a little bit thicker like that it'll create a stronger outline, so that if we are stamping something in between or around these trees, we don't have to do a lot of careful masking, or hopefully not. So, taking care of those types of design considerations in the design itself will alleviate the need for that, you know, when it comes to the usage of the designs. And that's what I'm into. I'm into, you know, designs that kind of require the least amount of, I don't know, what I consider to be tedious kind of exercises, like masking. I try to alleviate the need for almost all of that, you know, in the, you know, I want those solutions to be inherent in the design itself. So anyways, I don't know the name of this one, Mossy Trees or something like that, and probably going to create some smaller ones as well, maybe a single one, because I want to create something that you can stamp in between these spaces in here, maybe in lighter shades to create kind of a mistier background. But anyway, a lot of little knots and things in the design, and trying to, and a little bit of texture as well, but kind of, like I said, trying to take out the monotony of it while not making it look completely separate is the issue right now. And normally I don't take so much time on design, but I've been just trying to kind of work this one out for a while, and it's a huge design, but by doing so, hopefully I can get a lot more detail into the design, so by the time it's shrunk down, you know, we'll have a lot of information as far as these tree clusters go. So anyway, hope you like what you see so far, and some future designs to be released down the line. Okay, thanks for watching.